Okay. Well, welcome everybody to I believe it's the fourth installment of Membership Mondays for the Mobile Electronics Association. We have with us today Carlos Lizarraga, and he is here from Snap Finance. Carlos is going to talk to us today about the program that Snap Finance offers specifically for MEA members, and also I believe it's open to non-members as well, Carlos. Am I correct on that?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so this program is open to everyone. So grab a coffee, take a seat, and let's hear what Carlos has to say about Snap Finance.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Lynn. Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos Lizarraga. I am the Sales Enablement Field Lead for our partnership with MEA. I've been with Snap for a little bit over 5 years, and I have been managing the MEA partnership since its inception in 2022. On today's call, I'm going to be presenting a couple slides on our partnership to date, and then giving you some highlights how Snap really helps your business to grow and to obtain new customers. So the agenda for today is going to be very straightforward. We're going to talk about the consumer pricing structure. So what are your customers paying? I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks on how to utilize the program, and then how to approve your optimization. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about the marketing and how we're sending customers over to your stores. Like I mentioned, Snap's been around for since 2012, but we've had a partnership with MEA since 2022. We participate on Knowledge Fest at every of its venues, and we are presenting a lot of the content during those Knowledge Fest conversations. I always like to see familiar faces, and then every time that I get to see someone that I have an interaction with, they come back the next time and they tell me how much Snap has improved their business and has helped their business to grow. So if you're a retailer in the audio industry, electronics industry, we are a great fit for you. There's really not a lot on your end that is required other than just having a retail space and have some product to sell to your customers. Once you have that all set up, we can partner with you through our MEA membership or also directly with you without the MEA membership. I will talk about what are some of the benefits to have a MEA member and use Snap as your preferred partner. So the consumer pricing structure, Snap Finance offers lease-to-own financing to your customers. Lease-to-own financing is a accommodation that we make in your customer's behalf to purchase goods and services that you're offering. We are then making a payment arrangement for them to pay us back, but then we fund you immediately after you completing the job. So the customer will only inquire a $49 processing fee that is collected at the moment of completing the transaction. And then we do not charge anything as a markup fee or a payoff fee for MEA members. The invoice minimum amount is $150, and that is the minimum amount that you need to sell something for your customer to utilize Snap Finance. Approvals are up to $5,000, and we're always testing new amounts. I have seen amounts go as high as $7,500. And then we also offer terms up to 18 months. I also have seen terms that we're testing for up to 21 months. So the bottom line, Snap is the most affordable subprime option for your customers. Really, what this is helping your customer get them to purchase the goods and services that they would like and not necessarily have to spend the minimum amount. How many times have you had a customer walk into your stores and tell you they want a great sounding system for as little as $500? Well, nowadays, $500 doesn't buy you a lot. So an offering of financing can really get them something that can last them a long time, but also something that will be able to be worth their while. So offering financing early and often is always the way to go. I also want to mention that we have some processing fee caps in some of these states. So if you're any of these blue states, we have some caps. So the maximum out of pocket that your customer will use is $49. But if you are in the state of California or Indiana or Michigan, those customers will pay $0 as their processing fees. So basically, they can purchase the goods and services and take them home the day of without having to spend anything out of pocket. We also have a program known as our SNAP loan program that only applies to merchants in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and New Jersey. So we have a 51 state solution for everyone out there in the different states. So just let us know where you're located and we'll get you the right product. So just some tips and tricks on Snap Finance. Really, what I mentioned earlier is what LTO is and what our offerings are, but also your customer has options when they utilize Snap. Our default term is always the full term. So your customer is able to purchase the items and then they can exercise any of these three payment options. Our default is our full term or 18 months. That is the lowest payment option for your customers. So those customers are looking for the smallest payment to make based on their income. That's going to be for your default full-time buyers. We also allow your customers to exercise early ownership options known as the cash payoff, which is our 100-day payment option, where the customer will borrow $1,000. If they pay back within those 100 days, they will only pay the $1,000 back plus the processing fee that we talked about earlier. If your customer is unable to do the 100-day option, we also offer the early buyout. That is a 30% discount on the remaining balance of your customer's total lease. So the earlier they purchase and then the earlier they pay off their lease, the bigger the discount would be. So just on your end, make sure that you offer financing early and often, and then let them know that they have three payment options for them to complete their lease. Next, this is what our agreement summary looks like. The best thing that you can take from this is that your customer will have this agreement summary before saying yes to Snap. With our partnership with MEA, we have about 80% of approved customers saying yes to their terms with Snap. So about 80% of customers that get approved say yes to completing a transaction with Snap because we're very transparent with our agreement summary. So just let them know, review this with them, and let them know what their payment options are. Next, we also have another product that you might have seen at your locations known as Snap Express or a virtual card. This virtual card will come to you in the form of a Discover virtual card that your customer will get approved to use at your locations, and then you will be able to run via your payment processor. We also have a way to override this. So if you use Snap, and then you're able to pull that application into your merchant portal, you're able to override the application, how these steps are processed. So I'm not going to spend too much time here, but we have a lot of solutions for every retailer out in this industry. And then also we have stealth launch our mobile app last year. Mobile app has been really popular. We have had over 800,000 downloads and is already trending on iOS and Google. So your customer can make payments via our customer support line, also our website, which is customer.snapfinance.com, or now they can download our app for them to see their lease options, their payment options, and make additional payments. So invite them to download the app, and then we also utilize that to drive more business over to your locations. Now, approval rate optimization. Really, I want to talk about some of the numbers that we've had for our partnership with MEA, more specifically in 2024. However, we've been partner with MEA for about 4 years since 2022, and we've driven a total of 27 million to each of your locations. So this is via our customers coming back, but also customers that we're driving into your locations. So in Q1 to 2024, now this 2025 quarter, we have an approval rate that has increased over 3%. We have an approval amount that has increased over 2% with an average approval amount of $3,400. We also have funded an increase of 4% with an average transaction of $1,500. So each application is worth to your business about $650. So I already mentioned earlier that 80% of customers that get approved complete a transaction. So your customers are getting approved for about $3,400 and they're completing a transaction of almost $1,600. So I will make a call out to you. Check your average tickets, either cash or credit. If it's less than $1,600 a transaction, let us know because we can drive more incremental business to you. Also, I want to let you know that our dealers at MEA, about 70% of the over 300 members have used Snap. So if you believe this is not something for you, I want to challenge you as well to let you know that about 70% of retailers that have an MEA membership are using Snap Finance for an average of $1,600 with a completion rate of almost 72%. I also want to let you know that we have some top retailers that have already funded $110,000 this quarter in 2025. We also have a few selected ones that have funded about $50,000 year to date. And then lastly, we have a lot more that have funded over $10,000 year to date. So this is some of the numbers that we have delivered to your business in 2025. And hopefully this is something that you can see yourself doing. In addition to all of the business that we're sending over your way, 30% of these customers are return customers because we are also a marketing company that we're remarketing your business to and sending customers over to your locations. The average terms is about 18 months and your customer's average payment amount is about $67. So your customers are utilizing their funds and they're paying back at an average rate of $67 based on their approval rate. And we have sent over to your locations over $600 through our Edge program. And that's how we remarket your business and we keep customers coming back into your locations. We know that you have a lot of different options through different providers in the tertiary space, but we just would like to ask you to run Snap primarily. That way, Snap can give you the best approval rates and can really build a customer profile for you to get the best for your customers. So if you have multiple options, I would always recommend to stick to a primary option and always run those providers as a first option. I have seen a lot of success running Snap first and then having MEA retailers tell me how much business we have driven to their locations. And then just some best practices. The only thing that you can really control is the application accuracy. So always encourage your customer to submit applications accurately, and then Snap will give them the best terms and rates. After they are done completing a transaction at your location, you can let them know that they can exercise their 100-day payment option immediately, or they can set up payments that work best for them. We're very flexible and we really are looking to get your customer into the merchandise they would like. If for some reason you have issues verifying the customer address, I will always recommend using USPS address lookup function for you to give your customer the best experience for them to complete an application. So this is just another tool for you that it's available. And then just like I was mentioning, we have a lot of marketing materials. We have a lot of things that we do research on your different industries, and we really are driving more business into your locations. So we have noticed that offering financing right away is the way to go. About 58% of customers are credit challenged, and they are more willing to spend if financing is offered. So offer options for financing for your customers. We know now that times are a little bit tougher, so not everyone can really use their money that they have available, and financing will be the way for them to complete a transaction. The only thing that we ask is let them know that Snap offers 18-month terms up to $5,000 on approvals. And also we have an easy and quick application. And then we also have 3 payment options for them to exercise at any given point. The only thing that we ask too is have a current ID, do not overstate the income for the customer, and be as accurate as possible. Your customer needs to be 18 years old of age, and they need to earn an income of at least $750 a month. We also accept customers that do not have traditional banking. So our requirement is for your customer to have a checking account. So if they have a checking account through a credit union or a large bank like Bank of America or Wells Fargo, those customers will be more likely approved. But we're also starting to expand some of our consumer options. This is neobanks, and we're starting to accept customers that use Chime, Monzo, Green Dot, and Varo. The only differentiator is that your customer needs to have a checking account. If they have a savings, prepaid, or spending accounts, we're not approving those customers at this time, but we always approve customers with checking accounts. And we're also testing different ways for getting your customers the funds that they need. So we're going to be enhancing our bank validation system. So be on the lookout for this. This is still on early development phases, but we're willing to roll this out before the end of the year. And some of you might start to see this process live. I have mentioned it multiple times, but we are a finance company and we're also a marketing company. So if you're partnered with Snap, we will provide you free marketing materials through our MEA membership relationship, and we are giving these to you at no additional cost. So have these available if you're already partnered with Snap. You can have posters, brochures, banners, flags, anything that really calls the attention of the customers that you're offering Snap at this time. So let us know if you need any of these merchandise materials for you to highlight your partnership with Snap. So these are some of the items, like I mentioned, brochures, table tents, and other marketing materials that we have available for you at no additional cost. And then if you want to print something immediately, you can log into your merchant portal, go to the top right corner resources under marketing, and you can download a QR code for your customers to apply specifically to your locations. You can also submit this to your social media and let customers know that you're already partnered with Snap, and they can get approved to up to $5,000 today. And then lastly, we are offering also our own store locator, where we are highlighting your business to the customers that apply in our website directly. So about 21% of the business that we've had with MEA originates in our website. So your customer will apply in our website, they will get approved, and then we will give them options based on the vertical. You are in the car audio industry, so if they are to click car audio under specific zip code, we're going to be giving them all the options based on their zip code. And then they can complete a transaction based on where they're located and where they prefer to spend their approvals. All right, so I had some time for open discussion, but right now Lynn is my audience. Lynn, do you have any questions or anything that I can answer for you?
Um, yeah, that was a really great presentation. Thank you so much, Carlos. So can you give our retailers an idea of, maybe what are some of the things that customers get hung up on if they're going to apply, or what are some of the challenges you've seen with the program that you've been able to overcome?
Definitely. So a lot of the times customers believe this is a loan or a credit line. However, this is not either of those. So your customer does not need to have prime credit of over 600 FICO or anything larger than that. So we accept all credit types, and then customers with all credit types can apply for our product and be approved. So we're not inquiring credit reports through the 3 major bureaus, so it does not affect their FICO score. And customers can apply based on their consumer history. So we do a hard pull to Clarity and DataX. Those two are providers that allow us to see that customers are making payments on time, that they're making their all of their utility bills on time, and then they're not overextending themselves. So that's how we check on consumer reports, and we do not inquire hard credit pull through FICO or the three major bureaus. So if a customer is not wanting to get a hard credit pull that will affect their credit scores, that is a great opportunity for Snap to be offered at those locators.
Beautiful. And another question, I think you mentioned it in the presentation, but it might be worth just reiterating, repeat customers. It sounded like some of your business is coming from repeat, which obviously is a good sign for people that want to sign up. Can you talk a little bit about what repeat business looks like?
Of course, like I mentioned earlier, about 21% of our total business comes from our website. Our website is revamped and we have launched a new website for customers to see where they can spend their dollars at. We verify that customers are provided different verticals. At this time in MEA, we do car audio, and that is a vertical that we're highlighting for our customers. So if they get approved, they select the car audio vertical, and then they are selecting their zip code. We're going to give them a lot of different MEA partners that we have offer them for them to spend their dollars at. So we're marketing your customer via our website, but we're also remarketing the customers that have completed transactions. And we're telling them to come back into the locations that have completed a transaction. So we're remarketing those customers that have used Snap at your locations before, and we're inviting them to come back with new pre-approvals and really advertising your business to them for them to spend their new approvals at.
That's great. Thank you so much. I can't think of much else offhand. That was a really comprehensive presentation. Now, I know you had your contact info up there. That's perfect. So if my customers want to get in touch with you, they can certainly go directly to you, it sounds like. Can you let us know what that looks like?
Yeah, of course. Your retailers can reach out to me via my phone number, which is 520-528-7828, or they can email me at clizarraga@snapfinance.com. I can get them started on getting onboarded via our MEA partnership, and it's very simple. The only thing that you need to be available to is provide your retail location. Let us know where is the state that you're located and what are the products and industry that you're involved in. So very simple. And then this can get started today. So send me a message, send me an email, and I can get you sign up with Snap today.
Great. And in order to be on the list of retailers that you may be pointing your customers that are coming to the website, they would have to be an MEA member in order to be on that site. Is that how that works?
Yes, we always give preference to our partnerships, and MEA is one of our preferred partnerships. So you can partner with us without having to be a MEA member, but we're always giving priority to those MEA members. Another option or benefit is that MEA partners do not have to pay a discount rate. So any transaction that is completed with Snap, it's at a 0% discount rate. So we do not charge anything for you to use Snap, and your customer can utilize it immediately.
Oh, that's outstanding. Thank you so much, Carlos. So, on the MEA side of things, if anyone has questions, you can always reach out directly to me. It's lynn.sweezy@mobile-electronics.com. And you can see the spelling of my name is right here. So, lynn.sweezy@mobile-electronics.com. There's also info@mobile-electronics.com. And over here, you'll see join-mea.com is info on membership within the Mobile Electronics Association. And you can always reach out on social media as well. So there's a lot of ways to get in touch with us. We'd love to talk to you more about membership, Snap Finance, all the ways in which it has really helped out our retailer base to improve their bottom line and bring in more customers to their shops. So want to thank you very much, Carlos, for taking the time out today. And we do see you at our Knowledge Fest shows. Is that right?
Yes, so thank you for having me here today, Lynn. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see your retailers at Knowledge Fest Atlantic City and Knowledge Fest Dallas. Please stop by, say hello, and let me know how well I did in this call.
All right, outstanding. Thank you so much, Carlos, and we'll see you in Atlantic City in a couple of months.
Thank you. See you, Lynn. Appreciate it.
Okay, take care. Yep. Bye.